Hi, I'm Randy Hollenbeck, and this is the Music Roundtable. Today on the show, we have Stephen and Evan from Metalcore band Across the Whitewater Tower.
Yeah.
Yo, how's it going?
I wanted to start out by getting into some of your history. Stephen, when did you start playing drums? What age? And what got you into playing drums?
So that's a weird question for me. I actually started out playing Guitar Hero. That's actually how I first started out getting into just being a musician as itself. I loved Guitar Hero, and then when Rock Band came out with the drums, that's when I was hooked. And like my parents saw me, they got me like a little rundown, beat up drum set, and then couldn't really play it because I had to go to college and stuff like that. But once I graduated, our bassist Miles begging me to join. And I think our first pre-sale show was like November, December 2016, and then we just been doing shows ever since.
Evan, what age did you start playing guitar, and what got you into playing guitar?
So I started playing when I was 6. I'm 21 now, and I remember like driving somewhere with my dad. My dad's a drummer, and like Megadeth was on the radio, and I remember hearing that, and that was like my spark or my moment where I was like, I knew I really wanted to do this, and I started taking lessons for a while. And I've been playing in like local bands for like pretty long time, and I joined this band in like 2017 or so, and yeah.
Can you tell me some of your musical influences on your instrument?
Well, my favorite band's Era. It doesn't really portray with our music. They're a little more progressive-y metalcore, but they're my biggest influence by far, easily. I know for other band members that are not here, we have a lot of hip hop influence. We have a lot of classic rock like Guns N' Roses. We also have rock from different countries with like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. If you ever heard of them, this amazing Japanese metalcore band. That's our vocalist's biggest influence. Evan can go through his. Evan has a ton of his influences.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of weird stuff. I also am like a big prog nerd. It's like one of my favorite bands is Periphery, the Contortionist, Between the Buried and Me, Shadow of Intent. Um, and I also listen to a lot of like weird alternative and indie experimental music bands like Have a Nice Life, Beach House, Tame Impala, just weird stuff like that. And yeah, so we draw influence from pretty much everything, even though our music is based in metal. Like, we got a jazz track on the record and we got some weird synth stuff going on. So we pull influence from pretty much everywhere that we can.
Can you guys tell me how the band originally formed?
The band was started by our vocalist Matt in about 2016, 2015 or so. The name came from a little story. I think it's pretty funny. He was giving our other friend directions to this girl's house that is like current girlfriend that he was at the time. He was at her house and he was giving his buddy directions. And he was like, "Yo, I can't find this place." And he's like, "Oh, it's across the Whitewater Tower." And it was this white water tower on like I think Prospect Street in Spring Valley, New York, and they ended up repainting it like blue or something, so it's not white anymore. But yeah, so it was originally a direction, and Matt came up with the name, and the members slowly joined over time, and yeah, it's just been an amalgamation of that.
How did you join? Were they looking for a guitar player, or did they put an ad in, or okay.
Yeah. So there was only one guitar player in the band at the time when I joined, which was Devante, who's now our co-vocalist, and Matt saw me on Instagram on like the Discover page randomly when I was like 15, and knew he wanted me in the band. So he kind of like scouted me out, and my first show was with opening for I See Stars in Pennsylvania at One Center Square, which was really special. It was like a Halloween show. I was wearing a panda onesie, so that was fun. But yeah, that was how I joined the band.
And Steven?
Yeah, so I touched on it very briefly before, but our bassist Miles was just begging me after college because they needed a drummer. Dude, I had stage fright. I honestly like had no intentions, but I was like, you know what? Screw it. He won't stop annoying me. I'll try it. That first show in front of like 6 people, I thought it was the most empowering thing, and then I just went on a spree of just emailing bookers for shows like nuts. Like it was addicting almost. Just like get to see a show announced and just like, oh, I want to play that. I want to play that show.
What city is your band based out of?
Rockland County, New York. So we're mainly from New City, New York, which is a small town within the county, but we're based out of Rockland County.
I wanted to go into a couple of your songs. White Light, it was released August 2021. And Evan, I love the guitar intro picking into that. And then, like, towards like the 1 minute mark, there's a real cool guitar part. Um, I was wondering how you came up with that.
He's pretty much talking about the riff. The riff.
Yeah, the riff, the dan 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 dan. That was the first riff I actually wrote for the record that ended up being on the record. We started writing in like November of 2019, and I had that kind of I came up with that. I remember we were just sitting in front of like my laptop in Miles's basement, and the two of us were there, and I busted that out, and you were just like, "What the fuck is that shit?" And
I was just like, all right, well, play something. And he just started just picking a couple notes and then busted that out. I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, this is gonna be an amazing time, like writing this record. That like we're not exaggerating when we say that is the first thing he wrote when we sat down and he was like, hey, I'm in this band, let's write music. That was the first thing he made was the White Light riff.
yeah, so that riff was super special for me. We wrote like 40 other like really shitty demos that ended up getting scrapped like around that time too. But yeah, it was a mess. But after that, we just started busting out like songs like Killing Harmony and freaking Let the Darkness Consume You were like one of the first few songs to come in that little section of time. Yeah. Um, but that riff in White Light was fun. I enjoyed playing that live a lot.
You have another song called Anxiety. It came out December 2021. And I was wondering if you guys could tell me the story behind that song. Is there like a band member that suffers from anxiety?
We all have our own personal stuff. For me, like I've dealt with mental health issues since I was 12, so it's something a little personal. As far as the song goes, and like the rest of us all have like stuff going on, so yeah, it's not just one person. But as far as the song goes, like I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Like we're not saying like a whole lot that really hasn't been said about the topic, but we just want to share our piece and how we fit into it, and how it fits into our lives, and how we deal with it, and things like that. And I hope people can relate to it, and I'm really glad with how it's doing so far. It's a great song. I'm really happy with it.
Steven, do you have anything to add?
He really hit the nail on the head on that one. I'll be very honest. I remember when Miles was trying to write that chorus, and that really stuck with me because you could tell it really meant a lot to him. I think more particularly that's means more to Miles than maybe the other band members because he had a big part in writing the lyrics to that. But when I saw him trying to write that chorus, I thought it was just really cool just to see it happen, see it transpire, and see it become what it became, our most popular song that we didn't mean to.
So I can flex on them Donkey Kong smash your necks, and now I'm back on them. What you want? Fuck the bullshit. I'ma go get it. Treat them like Joker when I'm coming with the gunner. Snow cold stunner, coming for your ass like a runner. No means we came here to fuck up the game. Never mind all the hate, never mind what to say. We're just feeling laid back, rocking up on the blood. I only take everything I know, but it at the front. I've never turned my back on everything. My heart catch me, I guard. It's agony. Why do you push me down, down when you come around? Since why do you push me down, down when you
You have another song called Reasons of Recall. It was released March 2022. And I love the drumming in this song at the beginning. You're going crazy and stuff. And I like how you guys incorporated like there's a dancey part in the middle of the song, kind of like I was wondering how you came up with that idea for that.
So that song was like my first experimentation with writing synth-based metal music. And going back to that band that we mentioned before, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, they were a huge influence for us. Like the Japanese metal scene has an interesting way of how they fit their synth into their music, and we wanted to kind of take that and just make some anime style metal stuff. And we knew we wanted something dancey, we wanted it to be fast, we wanted it to be fun, and it kinda just happened naturally. And I don't know how that was the first, like, synth thing I came up with for the record, but, we definitely wanna keep going in that direction as far as, like, the really seizure-inducing, crazy, dancey, synth-based metal shit. I'm really proud of that song. It's my personal favorite song on the record, so
It is mine too, and I wish it would be like the song we're like known for. That song's probably going to be Anxiety, but I love that song. I love Reasons of Recall.
We walk alone, yeah, we're gonna go and do it right now. We never know until it's done, that's how our journey takes off. So while we're here, let's throw our hands up, come take it now. We walk alone, yeah, we're gonna go and do it right now. We never know until it's done, that's how our journey takes off. So while we're here, let's throw our hands up, come take it now.
Could you tell me how you came up with that drumming pattern? Did that take a while for you to get together?
Yeah, the man next to me helped me out a lot. I can't even lie. Evan, he helped me out big time.
yeah, I, uh, I did a lot of the drum production for the record too, but, same thing, like, it had to be fast, had to be dancey, and it all just fit together. Yeah, it all just came together. Like, I really like doing like weird ghost note shit with my drum patterns, and I don't know. I just wanted to groove on top of all that, and it just happened.
He just wanted to kick my ass for a song. He wanted me to like get a workout in and like feel tired.
I know that Matt ain't here, but I wanted to know if you knew the answer to this. There's sometimes in the songs it feels like he takes on like a character or a couple different characters within the song. Is is that what I'm is that what you think happens or
Not sure. I know each song he definitely puts himself in a different place because they all just have different topics and different concepts. It's not a concept record at all. Lyrically, I would say, there's some instrumental concepts that definitely are there and present, but lyrically, he's just speaking from the heart and just talking about really personal stuff, and it all does relate back to him as his own person. So I'm not sure, but that is a good question for him. So I'll have to ask him personally. I'll let you know.
and also just the way he uses his voice, it's like he's like another instrument in the band, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Literally, there's so much range. He has the full range, and he just keeps improving too.
For sure.
What do you guys got planned for 2022?
So we have some other touring stuff coming up that we'll be announcing soon. There will be some new musical content coming eventually this year. We want to keep the content flowing. We don't want people to just get bored, but we hope everybody definitely enjoys the content we did just put out. So we'll be sitting on that for a little bit at least. But yeah, definitely more tours, and we'll be getting around and getting to see everybody.
July 23rd, Frenchtown, New Jersey, at Artie's. We are playing with the Skylit Drive, Impending Doom, Bury Your Dead, I Set to Kill. Yeah, the original Skylit Drive with a pending.
ASD, the original ASD, not the Michael Jagman ASD.
With Impending Doom, Bury Your Dead, I Set to Kill, Fit for Rivals, some more locals. We'll be playing that, and then yes, into two back-to-back tours in August with 1 day break. And that 1 day break, we're gonna spend driving the whole day. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be the longest tour, even though it's two, but the longest we'll be on the road so far yet. So it's gonna be interesting. And then I believe in October we have a couple things, and that might end the year.
We'll piece together some stuff in between as far as shows and tours go, but yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up.
I saw you guys on the Attack tour. I wanted to know, was that like a fun tour for you guys to be on?
So much fun, man. It was a dream come true.
Well, that's the reason we're talking to you right now, because you pretty sure you're the one that handed me the business card. I was like, damn, I thought I lost that, and then I found it in my backpack. I was happy because I've been wanting to get on podcasts and stuff like this. So everyone, thanks for having us. Thank you for handing me that card, and yeah, Evan could talk about it, but yeah, it's really a dream come true. Feels like it feel like it just didn't happen, and it's yeah, some of the best times in my life when you just not only tour with a band that I've had autographed as a poster in my wall growing up, but like the fact that like strangers come to our shows and know our lyrics. That's the craziest one. Shout out to Raven for getting the second ATWWT tattoo. When you have people get tattooed, like it's still. I think it'll always be mind blowing to me. I don't think I'll ever really said it, no matter how big it gets. But yeah, dream come true. Really, would love to do it again.
How do we get a hold of you? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter?
So we're on Facebook at Across the White Water Tower. Same thing for YouTube. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter at ATWWT Band. And our website is atwwt.com, where you can find all of our merch, pre-orders, music, everything, tour dates, all that good stuff.
That's all the questions I have. Thanks for coming on the show today. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Don't think so. Thanks for having us, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for having us, man. Seriously, it means a lot. Thank you.